Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the Q2 and H1 FY25 post-earnings conference call of Menon Bearings Limited. Today on the call from the management, we have with us Mr. Arun Aradhya, Full-time Director and CFO. As a disclaimer, I would like to inform all of you that this call may contain forward-looking statements, which may involve risk and uncertainties. Also a reminder that this call is being recorded. I would now request the management to detail us about the business and performance highlights for the quarter and the growth plans and vision for the coming year, post which we will open the floor for Q&A. Over to you, sir.
Okay, good evening, everybody. And first of all, I wish you all a very, very happy Diwali. So far as the performance is concerned, for the quarter, which ended on 30th September 2024, as compared to the corresponding quarter of the last year, when the total income was 51.70 crores, it is now for this current it is 60.35 crores, that is up by almost 17%. Similarly, EBITDA is up by 12%, PBT is up by 12%, and PAT is also up by almost 12.5%. So far as expansion is concerned, we already completed the expansion of Menon bearing, that is bearing division, which is already functional. Expansion at Alcop division, that is Menon Alcop Limited, that is under progress, and because of heavy rains, it was delayed to some extent and will be completed within couple of months from now. So it will be operational by the end of December. So rest of the things are okay. There are a lot of opportunities we look forward, considering the RFQs that have been issued. Most of them will be, start of business will be in the next year, that is 25-26. The total quantum of such RFQs which are under consideration and under preparation of samples and everything, that is about 150 crores, which will be materialized during the period of next year. Some of them will be converted into actual business this year, but majority will be converted into actual or start of business will be in the next year. As we see in Alcop division also, we are entering into EV segment, e-mobility, by supply of components to one German company for their EV vehicles, electric vehicles. Similarly, we have already entered into airport applications also in Alcop division. At the same time, we are registering with railways, that is under process and will be completed within a period of 1 month from now, so far as Menon Brakes is concerned. So this is about the company in nutshell and about the performance of the company for this quarter. So I welcome you for any suggestions and questions, if any, from you.
Sure, sir. All those who wish to ask a question may use the option of raise hand. In case you don't have that option, you can put your message in the chat box and we'll invite you. We'll take the first question from Harshil Solanki. Harshil, you can go ahead.
Sir, good afternoon.
Hi, Harshil. Good evening.
Good evening. Sir, I have few questions. Firstly, on the EV side, so what is the product that we are supplying to Porsche, and what would be our wallet share with Eaton for this? And can this open up the premium car market for us? And that can be another vertical for us diversifying from series.
No,
that is the first question.
That will not be another vertical, but within aluminum division, that is vertical, that we will be looking after that business. And the samples, we already received order for the samples, and that is under process, and that will be sent to return to the concerned company for for testing and validation. Actually, the quantum of business has yet to be quantified, but it will be a substantial business that we are looking for. The amount is not calculated as such, but it will be a good amount of volume that will be coming our way so far as EV is concerned for this project.
Okay. So are we trying to reach out to other EV players as well, showcasing our product, since we already have a customer on board?
Yes. Tata Motors is also under consideration. They have approached us. There was an audit conducted by Tata Motors, that is TACO, Tata Auto Components.
Okay.
So that is also under consideration.
Okay. And on similar lines, Bajaj Auto, we were trying to supply some components. So has that materially picked up? Because this can help us reduce the cyclicality by diversifying into other segments. So any progress on that?
I could not get you exactly because your voice was cracking.
So we were trying to design some components for Bajaj Auto as an import substitution.
Yes.
So has that materially, because this will help us diversify from our CV heavy business which has been there historically.
So far as Bajaj Auto is concerned, that business will come to Menon bearing division for bearing vertical, and that will start. The start of business is expected to be within a period of couple of months from now.
Okay. Got it. And sir, on the numbers part, we have said that tractors have recovered very well this quarter, but still we have grown only by 4% quarter on quarter basis in the division. So we have our capex also live, tractors is also on stream. So what is restricting the growth in this segment for us?
You see, actually, if you see the total growth in the company as compared to the last quarter of the corresponding year, the total income is up by 17% and not 4%.
Sir, I'm referring to the brakes division specifically, bearings division specifically, which has grown only by 4% because tractor was slow last few quarters, that I understand, but now that has picked up, still our growth is not that much. So what is the other challenges that are there?
You are talking about bearing?
Yes, Menon bearings, if you see quarter on quarter numbers.
Our quarter on quarter basis, last year, the same quarter, bearing business was 35 crore 61 lakhs. Now it is 41 crore 47 lakhs.
Sir, June it was 39.5, September it is 41. So it is a 4% jump.
So I am comparing with the same quarter last year.
Okay. So directionally, are you seeing that this will increase going forward by say 15-20%?
Yes. What I am looking forward, my forward-looking statement as such, that cannot be taken as it is. But what I feel that year-on-year growth for next 3 years will be 18%.
Okay. Sir, on similar lines, if you see Alcop also,
yes.
It has largely been 16 crores, 15 crores number quarter on quarter.
If growth, total overall growth on consolidated basis, if it is 18%, growth in Alcop will be 20%.
But that is not happening in the numbers, if we say, because Alcop there has been no challenges as such.
I see what I am telling you, that there are RFQs to the extent of 83 crores and we have already received tooling cost for the same. It necessarily means that the business is confirmed. The only thing is that the start of business, they are preparing for their future models well in time. So actual start of business will be in the next year. So in next year, you will see more than 20% growth in Alcop.
Okay, understood. So, and H2 also, we think that this would be the trajectory of 16, 17 odd crore. Is that
Similarly, you see, so far as bearing is also concerned, there are RFQs to the extent of 65 crores of rupees. Like in Alcop, it is 83 crores. In bearing, it is 65 crores. So total put together, it is 150 crores of business is in pipeline. And that will be converted over a period of time, say 1.5 years from now. Spread over 1.5 years.
okay? Okay, got it. And sir, last question would be some aluminum extrusion companies have faced some anti-duty dumping scrutiny from the US. So, are we seeing any such scrutiny in the US government? Because we also deal with aluminum products.
Yeah.
Hello?
Nothing special. We are not affected by that.
Okay, okay. Got it, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take the next question from Mumuksh Mandlesha from the chat box. Mumuksh, you can go ahead.
Hi, thank you for the opportunity and happy Diwali to all.
Yes.
Sir, when I see the channel-wise segments in the presentation, there's a others segment which has seen a good jump from 8% to 13% compared to last year in first half. Can you indicate what this segment indicates and what has driven the growth for this segment, sir?
That is actually merchant export and industrial products so far as compressors, then generators and strips are concerned. So there is a jump in that kind of business.
Okay, so there we are seeing a very good
That
growth.
is in industrial products.
Industrial segment, we are seeing the good jump.
Right.
And that should, going ahead also, the growth momentum should.
It will continue like that in future as well.
And any orders there in this industrial segment, sir?
Yes, that
New
is
orders?
continuing. It is continuing, and that will be growing more in case of aluminum vertical.
Got it. So even the exports have seen a positive growth in the first half. So are you seeing the underlying industry there recovering, and how do you see over the next 2 years in terms of exports growth, sir?
So far as export growth is concerned, it will continue to be like that in future as well, because what we see for this quarter as well, the export orders are very good. So far as USA is concerned, as well as for African countries through Dubai, though orders from Japan have reduced substantially, USA is giving a good growth for us.
Got it, sir. And that should be the continuing growth momentum even going ahead, sir.
Yes, yes.
Got it, sir. Yeah, so in terms of the recovery for the bimetal segment, which you mentioned about the tractors seeing a recovery, do you also see the recovery for the CV segment in second half, sir?
CV segment, there has been recovery, but it is comparatively little less as compared to the tractors. Tractor segment has now settled down, though it is not increasing, but it has settled. It was very good in the last quarter, but it has reduced to some extent this quarter. This means current quarter, October to December.
Got it.
But it has settled somewhere now.
Got it. And CV has seen an improvement compared to Q2.
Yeah.
Sir, the braking segment has seen a very good jump in the first half. What is helping growth in that segment, sir? And how do you see going ahead, sir?
Actually, the export is growing there. 50% is export and 50% is domestic. Our domestic as well as exports are increasing every time, and it will go up to almost what I feel that it should be reaching almost 7 to 8 crores per year hereafter. That is almost 60-70 lakh of exports per month from brakes.
From this. And the domestic should also be around.
That is increasing every month.
Okay. So in total, we can cross this year at least more than 10 crores, sir.
Yes, yes.
Got it, sir.
It will be almost 8 to 9 crores for this year.
Got it. And sir, the main order from John Deere will ramp up from FY26, right, sir?
That is so far as aluminum division is concerned, Alcob. It will jump up like anything in the next year.
And sir, in terms of the aluminum prices, had seen a jump in previous few quarters. Has been passed on to the customer, sir?
Not really. There is a pre-decided formula that is for 3 months or 6 months, and in some cases we can pass on the burden after the completion of that period. So we are able to pass on that burden to the customers after September. Now, this is the time that we already taken up the matter with all the concerned customers. Wood formula is there. That is after the completion of September. They will be giving us price rise after submission of all the details.
Got it. In any sense, what could be the quantum of the impact we already have in the previous quarter, sir?
It is almost 6%, 6 to 7%.
6 to 7%. This is a hike which is pending.
Yes.
Got it, sir. And sir, with this hike also, do you think now the margins can move towards the 20% plus, sir, in the coming quarters?
Margins as it is more than 20% now.
Right. So,
It is almost 21%, and what I feel that next year it will go up to 22%, and thereafter in 26-27 it will reach to 23%.
Got it, sir. That's also from my side. Thank you for this opportunity.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from the line of Aniket. Aniket, you can go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So my first question is that any update on the international tractor sales business, and how is the pickup in the same, considering we have indicated the same in the presentation?
Yes, there is good amount of business so far as international tractors is concerned. We are almost share of business, wallet share is almost 80-85% with international tractors. And in bush in bearing we are 100%, in bush we are 80-85%.
Okay, so my second question is that could you share the reason for delay in the capacity expansion, and by when do you see this getting over?
You see, as I already told you that expansion in bearing is already completed. It is functional now. In aluminum division, that is Alcob, the building was delayed due to heavy rains in Kolhapur. So it was delayed by 2 months, that it will be completed by the end of December and will be functional by January in the next quarter.
Okay, got it. Sir, my last question then, what incremental revenue will be able to generate post this expansion?
It is almost 75 crores of additional business is expected through expansion.
Okay, sir. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from the line of Karan. Karan, go ahead, please.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, I was just looking at your promoters' share in the company. So the promoter has been selling recently. So just wanted to know the reason, because considering that the business is now reviving, could you just explain on this?
You see, that is minor. We are already having more than 70%. We were having more than 70% of the shareholding, total shareholding. So out of that, about 1.73% only was sold during last quarter.
Okay.
To see, to unlock.
Sure, sir.
To unlock the opportunity.
Okay. And sir, looking and since the braking system is a new product, so in how many years do you anticipate it to become a sizable a spec in terms of revenue?
It will be sizable in the next year.
Okay, so
Because
how much do you think?
railway business is expected to start next year.
Okay, so how much share it could give by next year? Like currently it is around 4%. So how much can we expect?
It will go up to 10%.
Okay, okay. And maybe in next 3 to 5 years, how much it can reach? Like,
We may by 26-27, we expect that we should be reaching almost 20 to 25 crores, 22 to 25 crores.
all right, all right. Thank you, sir. Sir, there was one more interesting thing that has caught my eye in the PPT is your entry into the EV segment. So,
Right.
can you just share some more inputs on this business line and what kind of opportunity you are looking into it, and what's the competitive scenario in this segment?
EV segment means one of the components that is required by one of the German luxury cars. Through one of the companies in India, they already approached us. They have given the tooling. The samples are under preparation. Those will be sent for trial now. After testing and trial, when those are okay and true, we'll start that component, which the details of which cannot be explained just now.
Okay.
But there will be a good amount of business that we are looking for. Similarly, in EV segment, along with that, Taco has also approached us. That is Tata Auto Components. So
Okay.
spares and components for them are also under preparation, under trial.
All right, sir. So, how much time does it take for the trial to get completed? Just for info.
It takes almost 7-8 months to 9 months.
All right, all right. So by the end of year, I guess we can
Next, as I told
expect.
you that next year will be fantastic, 25-26.
Okay, okay. Sure, sir. Looking forward to that.
Because in bearing division also the addition business of 24 crores that samples have been already approved, but they are be starting the business. Actually, purchase orders will be released in the next year. So there will be good amount of business that is coming through addition, as well as in aluminum division from John Deere, sizable business is coming.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Harshil Solanki. Harshil, go ahead.
Sir, thank you for the follow-up. I have just one question on the railways piece. Can you elaborate more on what are we trying to supply directly to the railways or through wagon manufacturers and or some other intermediary, and how big it would be for us?
Harshil, your voice is echoing.
Sir, I'm trying to understand on the railway piece. Is it clear now?
Yes.
So in the railway piece, are we trying to supply directly to the railway or through any intermediary?
No,
And
we are directly registering with railway. That is under process. Maybe it may take one or month or a couple of months, and it will be completed. And we will start directly supplying to railway. Railway brake blocks it is called.
okay, and railways will use this for their repair and maintenance
Yes,
part, right?
yes.
Okay, so can we expect the margins to be higher because we are directly supplying to the railways?
Obviously.
Okay, and who would be our competitors in this space, if you can share?
I think that is Sundaram.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I have a question in the chat from Mr. Bharat Gupta. One of the question I think was asked, I'll just repeat it. Can you check for the capex requirement for the German luxury car manufacturer airport railway business and any estimate on the market size?
No, estimate on the market size cannot be defined just now. But at the same time, there is no additional capacity required for that business because in the existing capacities we can accommodate that which has been already under expansion.
Okay. The second question is any update with respect to contract manufacturing for Brakes India?
Contract manufacturing?
for brakes?
For brakes, we are already in contact with them. Their testing trial machine, that is dynamometer, that is called dynamometer, where the testing and trials of brake lining is done. So all their machines are, dynamometers are under tremendous stress, and they have informed us that as soon as we get those are free, we will definitely go for trials of our brake lining, which has been already sent to them as per their requirement. And as soon as we get the results from them, we will start supplying.
His third question is, what is the current order book, including RFQs across Alcop and bimetal business?
Current order book position for the year is 250 crores.
This is including the RFQs?
No, RFQs are different.
Okay. Any visibility on the RFQs for FY 25-26?
25-26, that I already told you that it is amounting to 150 crores.
Over and above this 250 crores.
Yes, yes.
Okay. The next question in the chat is from Shaurya Punyani. His first question is, given the good growth anticipation for Brake and Alcop, what is the consolidated revenue growth we are expecting over the next 2-3 years?
Yes, that is why I already explained you that there will be CAGR of 18% for next years.
And what would be the capacity in each division post expansion?
It is 486, 4 crore 86 lakh of pieces in bearing division. Then 2,500 tons in aluminium division. And in brakes, it will be 2 lakh of brake linings per year, per month, per month.
We'll take the next question from Kevin. Kevin, you can go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. So the company has recently restructured by separating the Alcop division. How is the strategy going to be in Alcop versus the bearing business?
Sorry, please repeat.
The company has recently restructured by separating the Alcop division, right? So how is the strategy going to be in Alcop versus the bearing business?
Actually, what was happening, the more emphasis were given or more thrust was given on the business of bearing division. Aluminium division being 25-30%, it was not giving the attention that is required. So in order to have a complete focus on that business and to grow there, we have bifurcated that and demerged into separate wholly owned subsidiary, so that separate board is there and it will be taken care of to see that what are their actual requirements and how to grow it further to the extent we require. In that order, we have bifurcated or demerged the same into Menon Alcop Limited.
Okay, sir. And who would be eventually managing it?
The same board.
Sorry?
The board is the same. The focus is changed.
Oh, okay. All right, sir. Thank you. That's it.
Yes.
Take a follow-up question from Karan. Karan, you can go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, what is the broader strategy at company level, like for the growth, for the new products, in terms of business and the geographies that we are looking at?
See, after China plus one policy, like European and USA people are approaching us for newer businesses. They are looking at India as a new source for their requirements. So many companies, as per the requirement, with their counterpart in India, are approaching us for their sourcing. After war of Russia and Ukraine, there is a problem of what we came to know that there is a scarcity of energy crisis are there, and people, there are lot many problems they are facing actually, European countries, so that they are looking for sourcing from another countries, and India is a preferred source for them. So we
Okay.
are also preferred source for many of their counterparts. So they are approaching us, and considering that we are issued RFQs to the extent of 150 crores from so many companies, and majority of them are for exports.
Hmm.
So out
Okay.
of 150 crores, you can say about more than 100 crores is for exports.
All right, sir. So, since this brakes business, if I specifically speak about the braking business, it is a very competitive business. So, how will we be maintaining our high margin strategy with this brakes business?
As you said, that is highly competitive business. We know that, but we are giving more thrust on exports. So 50% of the existing business is export, and that we are going to increase it further so that we can match. Though we will not be able to match the margin that we are getting in bearing or aluminum, but to some extent we are looking at it how we can compensate it and see how close we get to the margins of what we are getting in bearing and aluminum division.
Okay, so export is something that will
Help us.
help us in maintaining our high margins that we are targeting, like 20 to 22%, right?
Right.
Okay, sir. And sir, also further, I just want to know that in our existing plant we have some spare land, right? So, how much it is, and do we? So in our existing plant we have some spare land. So, do we have some future growth expansion? Spare land we have.
Spare land.
Yeah.
Out of the total 15 acres of land there, almost 6 acres of land is remaining now.
Okay.
So for next expansion in aluminum division, that will be required after 3 years. That will be utilized fully.
All right, sir. And also our debt has marginally moved up in our H1 balance sheet. So, what are the reasons for the same, and is it a temporary phenomena, or is it going to increase?
Debtors, you are asking?
No, debt.
Debt.
Yeah.
You see, at the same time, you can look at the cash and bank balances, which are to the tune of 22 crores. The total debt that we got from Bajaj Finance, the entire amount was disbursed by them, and we have kept it as a deposit in the bank. So if you look at the cash and bank balances, it is also on the higher side, so that it is almost similar.
All right. So it's like for utilization for.
It's like a debt-free company, you can say.
All right, sir. So, what's our plan again to induct the younger management team and at senior level, especially the next generation?
Next generation has already reported. Now they are under training. Both the children are under training. One is at aluminum division, that is Alcop, and one is coming to Menon bearings. So both the sons of promoter have already joined, and they are under training now.
Okay. Sure, sir. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else who wishes to ask a question may use the option of raise hand. Alternatively, you may drop us a line on the chat and we'll invite you. So since there are no further questions, would you like to give your closing comments so we can end the call?
So thank you very much for all asking us so many questions, and I hope you are satisfied with the reply that I have already given to you. And we hope that we will be growing at a rate of 18% year on year for the next 3 years. That is our estimate, of course. We don't know what happens in future, but that is our estimate, and we will try and see that we reach those targets. Maybe will be reaching almost 350 in 26-27 with higher margins as compared to the current margins. And with that, I wish you all a very, very happy Diwali and a prosperous New Year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And thank you to all the participants for joining us on the call. Thank you to the management team for giving us their time.
Okay,
This brings
thank
us
you.
to the end of today's conference call. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pandit, and thank you, Team Captify.
Thank you, sir.